Hey, today is May 24th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live. It's right up until first pitch edition, as got a crazy day, as we usually do here in the life of myself and Bob Ramsey. Rammer, what's going on? How was the groundbreaking over at SLU?
Yeah, for those who don't know, St. Louis University had a groundbreaking for a new $25 million addition to Chaffetz Arena. It'll be the O'Loughlin family Champions Center, and it'll be sort of a infrastructure for student athletes for everything from academic support to a whole brand new kitchen and eating facility, mental health facility, just sort of a 24-hour service addition for student athletes. 500 student athletes a day will be going through there. It's very exciting for the university, and Bob and Steve O'Loughlin, who have done things like Union Station, like 360 atop the Marriott, and many other things in our town. Were spearheaded the groundbreaking.
Can't wait to see that going up. I know driving by it's always fun to see the construction and the way that the city of St. Louis continues to build. Driving by,
Yeah.
drove by the MLS stadium earlier today.
So did I.
Yeah,
It was
just
cool.
just getting to see that go up and knowing what it's going to be when all the trucks and all the dirt is all gone and everything else is built up around it. It's a sight to be seen. We got about 10 minutes before Cardinals and Blue Jays start tonight. Rammer, I was down to the ballpark last night, but today was the last day of my kids' school year, so we left after the ninth inning. But we kind of had a faux walk-off celebration with Nolan Arenado's hit in the ninth, as the entire stadium, and from what I understand, the entire broadcast and even the guy that runs the fireworks all thought the ball was out of the ballpark, as it was just completely misplayed by the left fielder of the Blue Jays. I don't know what he was jumping for, because that ball only hit about 4 feet up the wall.
Yeah, it was. Who does he think he is, Ozuna?
He must be one of those Marlin Gold Glove outfielders that we see
exactly right.
all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of those Gold Glove outfielders, hey, here is the Cardinal and Blue Jay lineup for the game today. Tommy Edman is at shortstop leading off. Brendan Donovan back in right. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Arenado at third. Juan Yepes DHing. Nolan Gorman at second. Corey Dickerson back in the lineup in left. Harrison Bader in center. Andrew Kisner back behind the plate for the Cardinals. For the Blue Jays, George Springer in center field tonight. Santiago Espinal is at second. Vladimir Guerrero at first. Bo Bichette at short. Teoscar Hernandez in right. Alejandro Kirk DHing. Matt Chapman is at third. Danny Jansen is behind the plate, and Ramiel Tapia is in left field. Kevin Gausman, Jordan Hicks, your pitching matchup tonight. Kevin Gausman, he's a good one, but the Cardinals do have good numbers against him from his days in San Francisco. But I think, Rammer, one of the big questions is why Corey Dickerson is back in the lineup tonight.
That's the only head scratcher. You know, as a lineup nerd, I like to pick apart different things. Is it a last ditch effort to say, hey, here's your chance to stay with the club? I don't know. That might be a little too fatalistic, but I thought Nootbaar earned playing time by the way he was playing. Usually they say when a guy gets called up, we're going to play him. Now, that's when they've done the earning part. Lars comes up because of injury. Does that change the way they look at it? I still am surprised. The other thing they did 2 days ago, they had Gorman in that Chris Duncan catbird seat hitting second. Now they flipped it back to Brendan Donovan. I don't think it matters much to me. I'm just curious as to why the switch.
Yeah, I maybe they're seeing something out of Gorman. I'm not sure what the reason is for moving them back and forth. Either way, you look at the way both guys have produced so far. The at bats both have taken. Gorman with a really nice at bat to get a walk yesterday in the game. Donovan with the RBI single or the RBI double in the second inning of yesterday's game, driving in Nolan Arenado from first. Both guys have been producing kind of just, hey, you know what? We can play with it. We can move them back and forth. Just kind of figure out which where they're both going to land and where they're going to produce the best for us. I think too, another thing we need to talk about is the defense from last night. Watching Brendan Donovan track down those fly balls in the gap, going back on them. And then the play that he made late in the game in the was it the 9th or the 10th inning, running in and diving to make that play. Just, I mean, and then the play that Tommy Edman made yesterday, the diving stop and the throw to first. I was under the impression that we were making these positions, that we were making the team worse defensively by putting these guys out there, but they're showing us that they can play no matter where they're put on the field.
Tremendous defense. When it comes to Brendan Donovan, I've said it before on the show, and he kind of proves my point. You've been playing the game your whole life. You can't play every position. What have you been doing? Mm-hmm. But he says, yeah, I can play every position. Watch this. He's very good baseball player. That's
5. He started in 5 different positions for the Cardinals already this year.
He plays them all fine.
Brings a whole bag of gloves down to the ballpark when he comes out there. Jordan Hicks will be on the mound tonight. The bullpen should not be too taxed after yesterday, but in the game, I texted you at the time when the move was made, wondering why you go with Palante in that situation over Ryan Helsley. And Palante's numbers, a good ERA. He gets a lot of outs. He allows a lot of base runners. He is not the guy you want to bring in with the bases loaded. He is a guy that you bring in the 6th or 7th inning when you want a clean inning, when you want 0 runs out of the inning. He's not a guy that you bring in to get out of a messy situation. But then we saw later in the night why Ryan Helsley wasn't your guy to come in there and strike out George Springer. Is Ryan Helsley your closer now? He pitched the 9th in a tie game, and Gallegos was in there in the 8th. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the matchups. The only thing, who my other options were early, if you use, a lot of people were talking about using Helsley there instead of Palante because it was such a high-level situation. But then I say, well, then who pitches the 9th and 10th? And they say, well, you use your 3 guys and pitch them more than an inning. Okay, then who are you going to pitch tomorrow night? There's connectivity with all these decisions. I agree with you 100%, though, about Palante. I would like to know what all my other options were at the time and how Ollie arrived at Palante. And that's the only real way to do it, to figure it out. But I am not one, for you advanced metrics folks, I'm not very likely going to use a so-called closer in the 6th or 7th inning, unless there's some kind of dramatic thing, because despite what the metrics people will tell you, the last 3 outs are clearly harder than any other outs.
Yes, they definitely are. Rammer, we have got to go. We are coming up against first pitch for tonight's game at 6:45. We appreciate everybody watching Daily Cards Live, brought to you each and every day by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri.
Royal Banks, for better service means better banking. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will be back tomorrow. Cardinals off, but we will bring you another edition of Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, new inventory is arriving daily, both new and pre-owned. Our buying team adds a higher level of personalized service that others can't match. We sell over 100 pre-owned vehicles monthly, and many of these are matched by our buying teams in Missouri and Illinois. As new Acura production ramps up, be one of the lucky ones to try the newest Type S models now available. Performance has never been so stylish and comfortable. St. Louis Acura remains committed to becoming better than ever for you.